Tom McCormick, Executive Director of the California Craft Brewers Association, and we're filming another in this series of educational videos. And we're here today at Sierra Nevada Brewing Company in Chico, California, of course. And I'm here with Serries. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Serries Chastain. I'm the Sustainability Manager here for the brewery. What that means basically is I'm responsible for maintaining our existing sustainability program, our water conservation efforts, our energy monitoring and usage, our recycling and zero waste efforts, along with a host of other programs that we have at the brewery.
And we're going to be talking about some sustainability practices that breweries of all sizes can partake in. We're standing in front of a massive array of solar panels here, but Serries going to talk about some of the things that you do here at Sierra Nevada and some of the things that you think might apply to breweries of any size.
Well, energy is a big input into any brewing operation. You have your electrical inputs, you also have your thermal inputs, and both of those are very expensive, especially in California. Upgraded lighting control systems, we've upgraded lighting fixtures, we have installed things like motion sensors to automatically turn lights on and off when they're not in use. Computers, getting employees to turn computers off at the end of the day. You know, there are a lot of really simple things that you can do to reduce your energy consumption. So we have done a number of those. Our utility has been a great partner with us in some of those efforts, and I recommend that any brewer in California develop a good relationship with their public utilities. They have a lot of rebates available. If you have a project that will save electricity or even thermal energy, they can oftentimes offer you a customized rebate to help offset the cost of some of those things. And we've taken advantage of rebates for lighting upgrades and equipment upgrades that save energy. Variable frequency drives on pumps and motors is another really simple thing that all brewers should be doing on all of their pumps and motors throughout. Our utility was offering rebates for those, so that's another, again, maintain that relationship with your utility.
Can you explain exactly what that is?
Yeah, variable frequency drive is something that modulates the power coming out of a pump or motor based on the demand. So a lot of times a pump, for example, will come on and it's all or nothing. It's 100% or it's zero. If you have a variable frequency drive, it will modulate how much energy is going into that pump based on how much demand is placed on it. So if you only need to run it at 50% capacity or 50% speed, it will give it 50% the power.
Right. And
So,
is that something that can be retrofitted, or when you can into an existing pump?
absolutely, yeah. So existing pumps that are out there, you can put variable frequency drives on.
Is there a very big, are those expensive? Is it a very big upfront cost?
It's not a huge upfront cost, and typically it's going to pay for itself rather quickly. Yeah, so, you know, look for those things. Variable frequency drives and lighting are two of the big things that are going to pay for themselves very quickly. We've changed a lot of our lighting. Any of our high bay fixtures, so things in warehouses, things in the bottle shop, anything that's a high elevation, we use T5, which is the most efficient linear fluorescent available. A lot of times you're using the big fatter bulbs are the ones that are going to use a lot of electricity. So retrofitting those down to T5s, offices down to T8 linear fluorescents. But LEDs are very expensive.
Well, that's what I was thinking. You have put in quite a few LEDs here, haven't you?
We've put in a handful, yeah. We're transitioning. LEDs are really expensive.
Is there a long return on investment with those?
Yeah. Yeah, there is. And most of that depends on your utility. If your utility offers a great rebate and makes it cost comparable to a fluorescent, then that's perfect. So yeah, there's a lot of easy ways to address your electricity usage.
Where do you put the motion detectors in? In work areas or restrooms or office space? Or
Yes.
all of the above?
Yeah. You know, if you walk around and if you enter a space and the light's on and nobody's been working there for 5 hours, that's a great candidate for a motion sensor. Motion sensing has really taken off in the last, 5 5 to 10 years. And now there are motion sensors that are actually coupled with ambient light sensors. So it can sense movement in a space. It knows you're here. It knows that you're in the area, but it also knows that you have enough sunlight coming in through the windows or the skylights. Well, in the state of California, it's a perfect candidate for alternative energy, specifically solar. So we have a quite extensive solar system here. We have one of the largest privately owned in the country. Doesn't need to be that big. The cost has come down considerably in the last 5 years, and there are still a lot of incentives out there. You can still get the 30% federal tax credit, which it helps out quite a bit, obviously. And then there are still some smaller level incentives through the utilities.
All right, should we head on to the next stop?
Good.
Let's go.
Good.